another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and for the next few minutes, we're going to slow things down and take a look at a chapter in the New Testament, thinking about what it might actually mean for you and me today. Today, we're going to be looking at John chapter 13, where everything slows to a creeping pulse. This is just the beginning of Jesus' final night with his disciples before the cross, and instead of a big speech, he does something unexpected. He washes their feet. Now, that might not hit us right away, but in that culture, this was low-level servant work. Dusty roads, sandals, dirt. This wasn't something a teacher did. Definitely not something they were calling on their Lord to do. But Jesus gets up, wraps a towel around his waist, and starts washing one by one. And when he gets to Peter, Peter resists. "Lord, you are not washing my feet." It feels backwards, uncomfortable, but Jesus responds, "If I do not wash you, you have no share with me." In other words, before you do anything for me, you have to receive from me. That's hard for a lot of us. We're okay with serving. We're not always great at being served, at admitting that we need help, that we can't clean ourselves up. But that's where this thing starts. Jesus kneels, Jesus serves, Jesus gives, and then he flips it on its head. "If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet." This is not just a moment. This is a model for how ministry should look like. It's redefining what leadership and love actually look like. Not power over, but humility under. Not status, but service. Then right in the middle of this, Jesus drops a pretty heavy moment. "One of you is going to betray me," and the room drops silent. Confusion, questions, John leans in, Peter signals, everyone's wondering, who is it going to be? And Jesus identifies Judas, not by name, but by action. And the striking thing is, he still washed Judas's feet. Knowing exactly what was coming, that's a different kind of love. Not based on how someone responds or how you know they're going to respond, but rooted in who he is. Then Judas leaves. Jesus begins to prepare for the rest of them for what's next, and he gives them this commandment. "I give you this commandment that you love one another just as I have loved you." See, there's the key. Not just love in general, but love shaped by what they just saw. Humble, costly, intentional. And then he says, "By this all people will know that you are my disciples if you have this kind of love for one another." That's the marker. Not knowledge, not performance, love. And then the chapter closes with Peter, confident, bold, saying he'll follow Jesus anywhere, even to death. And Jesus says, "Before the rooster crows, you're going to deny me." It's a pretty sobering moment because even the most committed can stumble. So what does John 13 give you and me to think about today? It brings two things into focus. First, are you willing to be served by Jesus, to actually receive grace, not earn it? And second, are you willing to serve others the same way that Jesus served you? Not just when it's convenient or deserved, but in a way that reflects Jesus to them. Thanks for taking time with me this morning. Be well, friends.